Welcome to 40 Years of Coeducation at Andover. My name is Caston Day, and this is Phillipian Video. This weekend at Andover was captivating, with both Abbott and PA alumni coming back to the school to share their stories, as well as see how PA has changed in the last 40 years. The marathon started on Wednesday night with the gender and race panel that the Phillipian covered in this video. After that was keynote speaker Rachel Simmons speaking on authentic leadership and coeducation on Friday night. Finally, over the weekend, the real fun started with oral history interviews conducted by students of Abbott and PA alumni. Here's an inside look at one of those very interviews with Abbott alumni Mimi Reeder.
I think, a conformist. I was a good girl. The rules were so implicit that you kind of just adopted them without realizing they were rules. I don't know if independence was even, to say it was not encouraged, it wasn't even in the vocabulary in a way. On Wednesdays, we were allowed to go downtown. You know why? Because that was the day the boys couldn't go downtown. That's an example. Well, the rule of not walking across the circle, that was a rule. You didn't step on that except one day, the Abbott Bazaar. And the town would come and they'd buy things and they'd play with things. I can't remember the specifics, but it was a big deal. And I remember someone came with a basket of kittens and she was selling them. And I said, "What happens if you don't sell them?" And she said, "We'll drown them." So there was one little kitten left and I bought it. Now, we weren't allowed to have kittens. So for that was when I was a senior, the entire senior year, a group of us smuggled that little kitten, Eloise, from room to room. So we would, go to class and then come back, and I would take her outside and she would play with the little grass, and we smuggled her through the entire time until I took her home at the end of the year. That was against the rules. That was about as bad as I got. I think one of the biggest changes, once coeducation occurred, it normalized boy-girl relationships so that you were friends, you became friends. We were dates. I had to learn to compete and to strive. I think sometimes fear, it doesn't occur to us as F-E-A-R in so many ways. We might get anxious about things, but if you really think about, am I afraid of something? What am I afraid of? And if you give yourself the answer, generally you can dispel it. It's those things we don't become conscious of that sometimes inhibit us.
History is something that we all hold so dearly here at PA, but outside of just numbers and statistics, it's the alumni that stay with the school through their support and generosity and all-around caring, or would make Andover, through its alumni, a truly outstanding place. But now, here's Deborah Murphy with her insight into this landmark event.
My name is Debbie Murphy. I am class of 86 from Andover, and I am currently serving in the role as Director of Alumni Engagement. The purpose and charge of the committee is as follows. 1, to acknowledge and raise awareness about the coming together of two historic institutions to form our current coeducational institution. 2, to highlight some of the programs and traditions from Abbott Academy which exist today at PA as a result of the merger. And 3, to engage the community in a conversation about the history of the merger and women on Andover Hill. Various events throughout the weekend have hopefully touched on all 3 of those points in terms of Abbott Academy, raising awareness about coeducation, and giving students a chance to interact with alumni as well.
Hi, I'm Ms. Ainsworth. I am co-director of the Brace Center this year. I am a member of the Coed at 40 committee. The idea of the weekend was to bring together current students, faculty, and alums from Phillips Academy and Abbott Academy to sort of celebrate the many opportunities that coeducation has brought and to think really carefully about where we still need to go.
But now, as you head off into your week, try and remember what makes this school great. My name is Caston Day, and this has been Phillipian Video.
I'm here because, I've talked a lot about race and gender on campus. I've been a pretty close part of that. I do a lot of work with CAMD in my